Gooey melted cheese, overstuffed deli sandwiches, and lots of sweet treats. Whether she's campaigning for her dad or whipping up something at home, Ivanka Trump isn't afraid to indulge from time to time. Here's a peek into the first daughter's diet. It would be fair to say that by the time Ivanka was expecting her third child, she had figured out most of the ins and outs of crafting and implementing a healthy diet plan. Being the social media aficionado she is, Ivanka once again took to Instagram to share a special moment. In this case, while she was expecting their third child, her then 4-year-old Arabella was sampling the avocado chocolate mousse that her mother had whipped up. Apparently, the recipe came from a plant-based food and wellness platform. Though the recipe uses avocado as the main ingredient, chocolate, dates, and bananas provide enough sweetness to make this combination into a luscious and filling sweet treat. It seems as though Ivanka found a way to satisfy pregnancy cravings, but still stay on the track of eating healthy and balanced meals. Even before her third pregnancy, Ivanka was already familiar with the approach of eating more wholesome meals. In conversation with Romy and the Bunnies, when asked about maintaining a great physique despite having 2 pregnancies in quick succession, she said, "I may eat more now, but in a healthier way. I started thinking about the nutritional value of food as opposed to simply indulging my whims and cravings as I did for years before, during my first pregnancy, and tried to maintain that thinking between pregnancies and when I was carrying Joseph."
Which is really healthy and good as well.
They say that a bad day never starts with a cup of coffee, and this seems to be a philosophy that Ivanka Trump lives by. In 2015, she admitted to My Morning Routine that she would always start her morning with a glass of water with some lemon in it and a big cup of coffee. This routine would appear to be one of the earliest instances of Ivanka transitioning towards healthier habits as she settled into family life. By this time, she and her husband Jared Kushner had already welcomed 2 children. Ivanka's love for coffee has remained robust over time, as evidenced by a post on Instagram celebrating National Coffee Day in September 2024. Ivanka was standing by a window holding a cup of coffee in the post, writing in the caption, "Best way to start my day." Donuts are another common item that you'll see at Ivanka's breakfast table. A quick look at her social media reveals she commonly enjoys the dessert alongside members of her family and shares the moments with her followers. One such instance occurred while she was on the campaign trail in Alto, Michigan, during her father's 2020 re-election bid. Writing on X, Ivanka raved about the delicious donuts and apple cider that she had ordered from Robinette's Orchard in West Michigan. According to local news station WWMT, the order included 12 donuts and 2 gallons of cider. A week earlier, she had also shared another donut-centric post on Instagram as she wished their second son, Joseph, a happy birthday. In the photo, Ivanka and Jared posed alongside their 3 children with the birthday boy holding a donut. She even added a relevant pun in the caption saying, "We donut know what we would do without you." As Ivanka became more conscious of what she eats, she increased the protein content in her meals. Those who follow Ivanka probably picked out a significant change in her physical appearance. In October 2024, she decided to share some of the secrets behind the transformation on Instagram. Besides providing details on her workout routine, Ivanka mentioned how her diet now includes more proteins. She wrote, "Also new for me, but critical to my progress, has been increasing my protein intake dramatically. I now consume between 30 to 50 grams of protein a meal. It works. I've never been stronger." This uptake was also confirmed by her trainer, Sandy Brockman, who was interviewed by the Daily Mail about the instructions that she offers her clients, especially women. Brockman told the outlet, "I don't want women starving. I want them to keep that constant flow of protein going through their bodies." Brockman went on to specify that she ordinarily requires her clients to consume 20 grams of protein every 2 to 3 hours. Ivanka also appeared on the Skinny Confidential Him and Her podcast on YouTube in early 2025, where she described herself as a morning alchemist. This was in the context of how she mixes different ingredients into her regular morning shake. Among these are creatine supplements, which are not actual proteins, but have similar properties at the structural level. They also play a role in energy production and muscle function. Ivanka appears to be keeping away from politics these days, but she was fully hands-on in her father's first presidency as well as his 2020 re-election campaign. As she traveled the country attending various events in support of his re-election bid, she was seen out and about a number of times enjoying a milkshake or ice cream cone. There was that one photo she shared on Facebook showing her and former Vice President Mike Pence buying 2 classic chocolate milkshakes. Based on the pic, Ivanka obviously liked to indulge on a classic chocolate milkshake that comes with chocolate sauce and a traditional whipped cream topping. A few months later, the first daughter was spotted grabbing a frozen treat at Grater's Ice Cream in Marymount, Ohio. The Daily Mail reported that Ivanka ordered the cookies and cream variety for herself, while also getting a sugar cone with strawberry for someone who accompanied her that day.
Grater's, first taste, you know it's something special.
Her fondness for ice cream was also evident in a 2017 Instagram story with her son Joseph celebrating National Ice Cream Day. There is clearly a very serious push towards healthy eating habits for Ivanka and her children. That is not to say that she is a boring eater. Besides being creative with the healthy foods she prepares, Ivanka is also usually open to an occasional helping of comfort food. While the morning donuts are a definite proof that the diet rules in her house can be broken, other choices that confirm this include noodles and melted cheese. The latter was definitely a highlight of her diet before she went towards a more mindful approach in recent years. She once told Oprah.com, "I can't get enough of savory foods like stews, sausage, noodles, and anything that involves melted cheese." Just like with the donuts, it is not uncommon to find noodles being served during birthdays, as it's seen through various social media posts, including an Instagram photo she shared of her and Joseph each munching on one end of spaghetti. Ivanka wrote in the caption, "Every year for the kids' birthdays, we make a special spaghetti lunch symbolizing a long life. Jared and I come home from the office to eat and open what we think and hope will be their favorite present." Becoming a mother clearly inspired Ivanka to elevate her food planning and preparation game at home. Even so, she's not entirely lost the adventurous and outgoing side of her that once saw her walk fashion runways and make cameos in popular TV shows. January 2025 was undoubtedly a time of celebration in the Trump family, and for more than just the obvious reasons. Jared turned 44 on the 10th, an occasion that he got to commemorate 4 days later with his wife and their 3 kids. The following evening, Ivanka posted a pic on Instagram showing the pair dining out at Call Me Gabby in Miami Beach, Florida. The date night was further publicized in a report on Ola, which claimed that the spot, known for Italian-inspired cuisine, is one of the favorite dining options for Ivanka's mother. Besides this special occasion, the pair has been occasionally spotted dining out. This includes private outings and dinners with friends. Though Ivanka is usually seen at high-profile establishments loved by celebrities, it's hard to say if she has a favorite restaurant. In an interview with Forbes, however, she once singled out several spots in Miami where she loved certain foods, including the coffee at Panther Coffee in Wynwood and the Cuban food at Little Bread Cuban Sandwich Company. The current health-conscious iteration of Ivanka is a far cry from the Diet Coke drinking version who favored a carb-loaded diet. That said, pastrami sandwiches would more likely align with her previous eating habits. When she was interviewed for Elle Decor's 12 Things I Can't Live Without in 2016, Ivanka included the pastrami sandwiches from 2nd Avenue Deli in the Big Apple on her list. She even said that the iconic New York City establishment can do no wrong. A quick glimpse at reviews suggests she is not wrong. People are generally impressed with the thinly sliced meat and its melt-in-your-mouth quality. Ivanka's words professing her eternal love for the rye bread and meat delight was not just hot air either. A few years prior, she had in fact shared a photo of the sandwich on her Facebook, which she captioned, "It's good to be home." Ivanka is living in Miami these days, though, which means she might not get the opportunity to sample her favorite pastrami sandwiches as often as she did before. In a 2015 feature in Vogue, Ivanka was quoted as having mentioned that she and Jared do not eat meat before correcting herself and actually saying, we keep kosher. The writer was narrating an experience with the couple at the Koi restaurant in the lobby of the Trump Soho, where they were treated to servings of edamame, tuna sashimi, and Kobe beef dumplings. The story went on to reveal how Ivanka regretted not informing the kitchen of their dietary preferences beforehand. She would apparently go on to just have the edamame. Ivanka converted to Judaism in 2009, the same year they walked down the aisle. Accordingly, she observes certain practices and rituals of the faith, one of which includes eating food that adheres to the kosher rules that govern Jewish dietary customs. These rules dictate that only certain foods are permissible, with a further requirement that such food items be prepared and consumed separately from those that are non-kosher. Ivanka's social media is filled with various posts that show her or the members of her family enjoying and preparing traditional meals, such as making hamantash and pastries with Joseph and Arabella to celebrate Purim. On Facebook, she even shared a recipe for broccoli kugel, a casserole that's usually served as a side dish during the Jewish Sabbath and other holidays. For many people wanting to make healthier life choices, starting a juice cleanse to supposedly get rid of toxins and maybe lose some weight in the process feels like a pretty safe bet and is becoming increasingly common. Once Ivanka Trump decided that she wanted to make better choices for her well-being, it's not surprising that this was one of the approaches she wanted to try. However, it seems that this did not work for her. She said to Eat This Not That in 2016, "I tried a juice cleanse and it was a total disaster. For the 8 hours that I lasted, I felt like I was on the brink of starvation." During a typical juice cleanse, people mostly consume only juices made from fruits and vegetables. Most think of this as a detox program that has positive effects on the body and the mind. Despite some possible benefits that people have reported, this approach has also been associated with potential health risks and has not been fully backed up by science. When Ivanka realized that the juice cleanses were not going to work for her, she continued her pursuit for the regimens that do. While not a direct replacement for the intense juice cleanse regimen she tried, she definitely found a more effective way to detox: hydration. In an interview with New Beauty, Ivanka said, "Drinking lots of water really helps you to stay glowing and energized."